Welcome back everyone. So this lecture in Angular series is based on property binding. Before we begin, I created a new project named bindings. In this I am going to perform this property binding operations. So first, before we begin, whenever we create a project we should do one thing. Go to app.component.html. This page is there now. In this the template code is there. So first step after creating any project is to delete this whole template. So after deleting, just save it and check the output. You can see that our web page is empty. So next thing is, after deleting this template, next step is to create another component. So let me create a new component. I'm just coming out. So ng space, g space, c space, the component name. Let me give it as test. G means generate, C means component. We can write in short form like this also, G and C. So our new component is created. You can check this in app, test app. After creating this app, okay, next step after creating a component, we should write that selector in the app.component.html. So app hyphen test. Just save this. So next go to test.component.html. In this we can find that there is a paragraph tag test works. So to check that we have linked all correctly or not, just run the app. So we can see that our project is compiled successfully. We shall check the output. So we got test works. So all the things are good now. So let's begin with the property binding. So go to your test.component.ts. Remove this link to the HTML page. I don't want this. I want to write my HTML code here only. Remove this URL also. Here also you remove URL and the link. So now we can begin with our property binding. So before we begin with our property binding, we should know what is the difference between a HTML attribute and a DOM property. So remember these two words, HTML attribute and a DOM property. So what are the difference between them? So to check the difference between them, let me create an input element. Input element which takes type equal to text and the default value is some string. So this is my input element. Save this and check the output. So we have got an input element here which already has a default value. So what you need to do is just right click on it. You can find inspect. Click on that inspect. In inspect you can see that here input element, see it is highlighted here, input type equal to text, value equal to JSTech. So go to console, here type $0. $0 means it is pointing to this element, input element. So in this input element $0 dot get attribute. I want to get attribute of what value. So if you press enter, you can see that the attribute of value is JSTech. And next if you type $0 dot value, you can now even find JSTech is the output. So let me do a change. If I change the string to Angular series, so I have changed the default value JSTech to Angular series. So let's run again. So the attribute doesn't change, the attribute is fixed, but the value changes. You can see that now the value only changed, but the attribute remains constant as before. So we can say that HTML attributes are fixed, their initial values will be fixed, Even if we change the input element text also, they won't be changed. But in DOM property, the property value changes. I think you understand now. The property value changes. Only remember 2 points. HTML attributes doesn't change. DOM properties changes. So to tell that one, I showed this. So next, to bind a property. So to bind a property, first we shall create a property. So to create a property, come to class test.component. So in this class, what we need to do is create a property. So now we have created a property named myId and its value is testId. So I want to bind that property in this input element. So what we have to do, just write the id of this input element equal to myId. So if you write like this, I am saying that the id of this input element, every HTML element has its own id. So I am giving that id as test id. So to do that, what I did, I wrote my id here. So let's see the output, how it looks like. I just saved it, and if you check the elements one, you can see here that id equal to my id. So what's the meaning? It's not binding. It is not binding. This property is not binded here. So that we get only my id as the output, but we need test id. So to do that, what I will do is just bind this using square brackets. Just save this and you can check the output again. So we got that id equal to test id now. It works. So this is known as property binding. I have binded my property in some input element. So this is a binding a property. So you can ask that in the last video we have used interpolation to bind some properties or anything. So then now why we are using the square brackets here? Why don't we use only those interpolation only by using those curly braces? Let me tell you, we can use that also. So let me create another input element to show that. So for this input element, what I'll do is I'll remove this square bracket. Now how will we bind using curly braces like this? So we have binded this. Let me just save this. And there are two elements. So for this elements, let's see, this is second one. So for both, the id equal to test id means it is working. The interpolation is working. I don't say that it won't work, but there is some limitation to this. If we use interpolation, there is some limitation. So before we know what is that limitation, let me show you another thing. Like this we have done now binding. We shall do this with interpolation only. Another input element. I am creating another input element. For input there is a attribute called disabled. So let me type it, disabled. What this disabled do is, first know the value of disabled. The default value for disabled is true, means it's a boolean value, true. Disabled will be true, means like this, disabled equal to true. This is the default value. So let me just save this. You can see that my third element is not changeable, means if I click on this also we can't change anything, means this input element is disabled, it won't work. So you can check that disabled equal to true, id equal to test id, since we interpolated it. Now let's interpolate this also. Let me just interpolate this boolean value also. I'll save this. There won't be any change since we didn't change true to any other thing. Suppose we shall use false, means my disabling property should be false. That means I must be able to change the property. So let me save this and we can check the output. But still here the output is disabled only. Why? I have even interpolated this value also. It is not even changing. Why? So here comes the limitation. The limitation is the interpolation only binds the string values only. It won't work for boolean values or integers also. it won't work for boolean values in our case. So if we interpolate false also, there is no use. So such cases we can't do interpolation. For this we can't do interpolation. Just use square brackets here. You can use these square brackets. Now let me reload. So this works now. If I use square brackets and if I bind that, we can change this. That means that it is working. This false is working now. So that is why we use property binding. And coming to next point, so for coming to next point, let's remove this interpolation thing and we shall bind this id. So this is a good way of doing this instead of using interpolation, but I don't like this false thing changing here. I don't want to change it here true and false in this template one. I want to create a property and I want to link this. So my property name is disabled. So I want to create a property is disabled and I want to give that value here. So give it public is disabled. So now here if I change value, that reflects here. Suppose now disabling is true, means what? See, you can't change this. Suppose if my is disabled value is false, if I save this, you can see that we can edit this. So like this it is a good practice to create a property and to mention here the binding. This is known as property and we have binded that property here. This is all about property binding. And last point is, we can instead of using the square brackets, we can bind property using another syntax also, like remove that square brackets and you can mention bind hyphen and save it. So you can see that my bind hyphen also is working here. I can change it. So this is an alternate syntax. You can change it here also. I can remove the square brackets and I can use bind hyphen also. There is no change of anything. So you can see that id is also test id for my third element, this one, since we have changed bind to third element. So this is all about the property binding, and in next video we shall see what is about class binding.